Oh, wow. Hey, Happy New Year. This is DJ Straight. Happy 5th of January 2022. Today is Wednesday, and I want to say it is a beautiful day. We had some nice white sunshine these last couple of days, and I looked at it very pretty from the inside of the house. I did go out yesterday just to get the mail, which there was no mail. But if it's Wednesday, I'm sorry, you all, I'm screaming. I'm excited. But if it's Wednesday, it is time for Tripping with the Byrds, and I'm getting ready to bring them on right now. Here is Rick, and Trina will be on. Hey, Rick, Happy New Year.
Hello, Happy New Year's.
Hey, what's going on? Is Trina ready? I see her head down a little bit. and okay, I see her hand up. So welcome. Let's see. You guys are muted. Unmute yourself. Unmute.
Yeah, I'm good. We good. Yeah,
we good.
He moved my camera. That's why I'm on.
Rick. Hey, Happy New Year, guys.
Clean it up.
Well, we're doing some furniture moving in here a little bit.
Okay.
We rearranged the studio a little bit, or like our office per se. So that's
studio/office.
It's nothing wrong with getting perfection going. Vanessa texted me she's going to be on a little bit late, but listen, how was you all's Christmas and your New Year's celebration and things like that?
It was nice, quiet, with the family. It's just down here. It's just my son, my grandson, and me and Rick. We we were just saying when we were in New Jersey and building our business and growing it all, we did not truly have any real friends that we would talk to every day. And we knew generally, we had a few friends, but not, and we were just saying today, like we got about 6 or 8 people that we, some from Jersey, some from down here, some people from on the RV. We got more friends now than we ever had in our entire life. And they all called us at, the holidays. We was on the phone, and Rick talking to the husband on one line, and I'm talking to the wife on the other line. So we did a lot of, like just reaching out with, friends reaching out to us and saying hello and how you doing. And it was just nice, and then of course being with my son and my grandson. So we're gonna talk about that electric bike. And
all right now, but you know what? That's cool what you guys said because, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trina.
My grandson, when he saw our bike, he was like, he asked his dad, did he buy 4 of them?
Yeah, he bought 4 of
them. And he's like, no, I didn't buy any of them. They bought them for themselves. But I'll tell you the story when we get on that segment, because we ordered them. They're like $1,000 bikes. And there's 2 different models, and I'll talk a bit about that later, but I ordered 2 of the same instead of 1 of each. So like a boy and a girl.
Oh.
It's not really boy.
Oh, okay.
I think it is.
They're unisex bikes.
They are.
Okay.
But one you step through, and the other one you put your leg over like a man. And I didn't get to step through. I got 2 put your foot over.
So that just sounds like you got to wear pants all the time. But you know what's funny is a friend of mine in California. So she said that her daughters bought her a bike, and she looked at that bike and she said, "Oh man, this is nice." She said, "But the money y'all pay for that bike, I didn't mind. I could have kept that money." But I want to comment before we go on to the other part. You said our friends, and I have learned how to categorize people as friends. You like, man, you want some of my pizza? Yeah, eat your pizza. Associates, hey, I got a pepperoni pizza. I can tell you where to get one from. Friends, associates, acquaintances. Oh, if you go down 5 blocks, you might find a pizza place. And then that other category it is, hey, I heard the pizza place like 4 blocks. If you keep those 4 categories, you won't get disappointed. You won't go wrong. You won't look for people to, you won't look for things and vice versa. So that's pretty
Well,
good
when you
what you
get
said
older,
because
yeah, when you get older, like Rick and I are 64 and 65, you just, well, most of our friends, we only got a few friends that are younger than us, but the ones that are, our age, we all on the same page now. Look, we just, it is what it is. Which,
hey, you young as you feel. It's
yep.
Right, we
you
just
young
trying
as
to,
your body that you walk up and down the steps and do whatever.
yeah, like right now I'm looking for quiet and peacefulness. That's where
Yeah.
I'm at. That's my goal. And like one of
Okay.
those goals, I know you probably probably did your New Year resolutions and stuff. So like we could probably
Nope.
use that as a topic or something too. Meaning that did you do your New Year's resolutions yet?
I don't make them because this is how I feel. I'm gonna either improve on the stuff I've been doing or stuff I've been doing it's time to not do. Because when you make
Okay.
them by the 10th or the 11th, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I said I was going to do that.
Yeah, it's
So I
all
just try
going
to
right.
do but don't do.
You know what? 2 years ago, I did the same thing.
Okay.
I
We
just
did a
stopped doing.
show on it. We did a
Yeah,
show on it.
I just stopped doing it like myself. But there are like three things you need to ask yourself though. Like what did I do to set out in the past year? Did I accomplish that? A lot of people don't even think about that. And
Mhm.
did I make progress? And like where did I end up with that progress? You got to ask yourself those three
No, I
things
agree.
past year.
I like to
Oh
tell
no,
people
no,
to put
I
together a business plan. You know what I mean? Do a business plan. Business, not
okay, break
personal
that
plan.
down to them. Break it down. What's a business plan, especially if I don't have a business?
Mm-hmm. Plan to do business. That's my plan. That's what I'm.
Plan to do this.
Yeah,
Okay.
plan to do business.
All right,
Okay,
we can do
okay,
that.
okay.
Because we all are in that mindset of working. Well, not we all, but there's a lot of folk out there that are set that they don't have the job of their dreams. There is no job of your dreams.
True.
There is a business of your dreams. You might as well build your own brand and build your own financial path opposed to making money for somebody else. I know that there are a lot of folks out there that just don't have it in them to be business people. But I mean, it doesn't take a lot to just own your own something. I mean, you run your own household. So if you
That's what
can
I was
run your
about to say. Right.
household, you could run a business. You just got to be in the mindset that you want something that's just for yourself and not, I don't understand how people are so excited to make other people money by working a
But
40-hour week and never allocating any time to themselves for their own brand. I could never get around it.
but some people don't really honestly. There are some people who don't have that knack. They have dreams and ideas. They are pushers, but for them to actually say, "I want to lead this," or "Let me get something established," and then entrust it to somebody else. There are some people they just don't have that mindset,
I
and
agree, DJ Straight.
Like a fish out of water.
I agree, DJ Straight,
yeah,
to a small degree, because you know what? You figure out how to do it for them.
But
I got you. I got it.
I think a lot of people are like, like mentally challenged when it comes to that because they don't know how to more or less like coordinate what they have to do.
Again, they figure it out for their job. To me, it's no reason. I don't want to call it an excuse because I'm in the mindset of I've always been. I left my job in 1990 and never looked back. But I know that there are some people that are afraid to take that leap.
Right.
And I was only able to do that because I had a strong rock. Rick was my rock. I knew there's a couple of things about him that I knew. And I just knew. And that was that I was never going to go hungry. I was never going to be without a roof over my head. And I was never going to be in a position where I would regret having married him. So, and I knew that. And, you don't know what's going to happen when you marry somebody. It could be like going down the
Yeah.
hill.
So
but
in other words, you had real big dreams.
no, I ain't gonna say all that.
Hey, Rick, she said you was her rock, so Rick just reiterated. But
Leave it at that.
those are valid points. Those are valid points, though. Go ahead, Rick, express yourself. Go set
No,
Trina
I'm just
free.
saying.
Well, he had some
I'm
things he
sorry.
knew too. Go ahead and tell him. Tell him.
Like on the flip side of that, I noticed she was had like the makings of being a devoted wife and things of that nature. And I know she had her things in one sock, and that's what I was looking for to move on and like more or less prosper. And like look at us now. We're like 43 years into it, so that's where we are.
Yeah,
So
let me do the math because I'm not. Let me
She did a
see.
little bit more. But while she's doing the math, but even still, even talking about the business stuff, you gotta have people that that you can trust. You gotta have people that if you share an idea with them, that they won't take your idea and run with it themselves. So I agree. It's a lot of people that have great ideas. Let me tell you something. When we were little, and our church used to do Sunday school used to do bike rides, right?
Mm-hmm.
My father, on that 1969 green Dodge Dart, he built a bike rack, a wooden bike rack that went on top of the bikes. And he would, I think our church was probably literally driving 7 minutes max coming from our house to the church. And then if we were going to go to the park, to Rock Creek Park and stuff, right? That's a local park in Northwest. And the people, honest to goodness, they would stand on the sidewalk and point and say, look at that bike on top of, because he made it with wood and some, little steel things like that. And people would say, look at that bike on top of that car. Nobody had seen that before. And years ago, I said, well, how come you never patent it? Because let me tell you, if he had patented that thing,
oh man,
none of us would ever have had to work. But he did not have the money. And then he didn't have the know-how or know how the people to do it. Because, back in some days, this was in the 70s, but even before then, Black people couldn't always get a loan, or they wasn't always welcome to do things. But man, if he had patented that thing, none of us would ever have had to work.
And that's a good point, DJ Straight, because back, before, I would say even before the 90s, up until the 90s, Black people didn't have an opportunity. They still don't really. We just have access to more, and that's my point. We back in those days, you really didn't, because we started our business in 1988, and we really didn't have opportunity, but we made our own path. We paved the way to get where we knew we could go, basically with the financial money that was just our money from working, no loans, no any of that.
Yeah.
But that's my point today. That today, there is so many apps, so many. All you need is a computer to make money now,
or resources.
You don't even need a computer. Everybody's walking around with a cell phone, so you could just do just about anything. You could go on. Rick just got introduced to Canva. I knew about it, and I didn't use it in my training classes, but I was using it for some projects. It's a free platform where you can make these beautiful marketing and advertising. It's just
funnels and things like that.
It's just so much. There's no reason why you can't sit back and say, oh, because I'm Black, I don't have opportunity.
You got a lot of resources now. That's true.
More, and back in slavery days, they didn't have any opportunities and they made it through. So if you got all these opportunities now, you got to get focused on what's important. Don't take that money and go get a $2,000 weave or $100 eyelashes and nails. Take it and invest it in yourself. I saw an article the other day that and she got a lot of flack from it. It was this single parent lady, and she bought her son and her daughter a vending machine. Those vending machines where they take your picture and they do all this stuff. She bought them that for Christmas instead of toys. Yeah. And they were like, "Oh, you're robbing your child from toys." And she's like, "No, I'm giving them their future. So if they start learning how to make money, do money management," and they were like 12 and 13 years old. I was like, "Oh wow, what a great mom."
Yeah, well, whoever said
absolutely.
it's not of the like the business sense, because like you mentioned a point while you were talking, something came up and you mentioned the word investing. Um, stocks. First thing came to my mind. But like words like investing, funding, backing, financing. We were more or less not privy to that at that time. And
Right.
Go fund you.
right, like like
There was no
right
go
now,
funds. Go find it.
Go find it.
or go work
Yeah.
on it and then get it.
I like
But
that, DJ Straight. Go. Oh wait, we should do
Hey.
a topic on that. Go find it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
write that down. That's a good one.
but you know what? Honestly, though, like Rick is saying, now you didn't have those terms or you didn't understand
right.
those terms, but now you have them. I just learned yesterday. My 5-year-old niece. I'm not gonna say what state she's in, but she's got her own little business. She was making I think necklaces and stuff. And then I remember one of my other nieces, the one who made this shirt. She was at high school, Crossland High School, and she was selling, making those wristband, something for your wrist. She was selling for $1, and sometimes I think she would make like $22 a week, or she made some good money because, for one thing, you got to have that skill to be able to approach people. But if not, there are a lot of tools like you, Trina, and myself. Last year, we said, hey, we'll teach people how to use certain softwares. And then when Zoom came out, I even said, whatever meeting I was on, I said, look, I will give free Zoom lessons to show people how to use Zoom, how to set up meetings, how to do things, because everybody may not have the money to pay for that type of training. But eventually, when they get it, the right thing to do is come back and say, oh, thank you for helping me. Talk about your T-Bird, your T-Bird Center, because you made some big numbers. I saw some of your posts. You guys hit some big numbers over these years. So go put that shout out about the T-Bird Center.
Yeah, it was so strange. And what I didn't even think, I'm telling you, I didn't even think about it. It never even clicked in my mind, DJ Straight. I was doing my class. I had told you a few weeks ago my class was ending on December 28th. And what really made it click was that the number, my certificate number was 121242. And I just kind of looked at it and I saw all these tools in it. And then this is 2022. And I was thinking, all these tools. And I literally, I said to my son, and my husband was in the room, and I said, how many certificates do you guys think that we've made? He's like, well, this year, last year? I said, no, total. And he's like, hundreds of thousands. And I was like, well, not hundreds of thousands. I looked at that daggone number, DJ Straight, and I saw 12,000. It didn't click. 121,000. When he pointed out, he's like, no, Mom, that's 120. And that's when it clicked on me that's because we started out, I think we started out with and I can't remember. I was told my mom, because she was in charge of making sure the numbers weren't duplicated, probably 10 years in when she retired. So I don't remember. I don't know if we started at 101 or 1,001. But either way, it's over $100,000 no matter where we started.
That post up, when I put that post up, it is more than 12,000. I just rounded it off. But
it's 120,000.
Yeah, 120.
Yeah, because I was like,
but
wow.
You've been in business for over 30 years. So see, that's a huge. Numbers are important. When you talk about negotiating and teaching and doing, people want to hear about numbers. They want to say, listen, if I invest $400, what am I going to get for my $400? Or if I invest $4 million, what am I going? And numbers, when you have numbers that people can prove, and that's why I like now when you buy something and you do the survey and it comes back and it says trusted survey. I got something in my email today. It said, congratulations, you've had 500 hits. And I'm thinking, yes, the station's going cool. And then I open it up and it says, oh, your review for Nissan got over 500 Google hits because Nissan did some work for me. And I was so appreciative. I mean, I wrote a long survey. And let me say this. Always do your surveys, whether they're positive or they're negative. They will help you, and they should help the business.
Definitely important. Which I just want to more or less like backtrack about investing.
I'll be right back.
I did I was involved in like a seminar yesterday about stash. Anybody knows about stash? Stash is an investment piece, and what it is, you can invest in Tesla, Amazon, all of like the Prime and all the other stuff for like a short. A lot of people don't have a whole lot of money to invest yet, but a lot of people don't know what to invest into. So you get what you can right now. I just want to tell you this: they're giving you $30 for stash if you apply, and like the deadline expires 12 o'clock tonight. So you
Okay,
can take
tell the people
money.
how to apply.
Okay, what you need to do is go to stash.com. It's just plain and simple. Stash.com. Register. You need like two things. You need a bank account, and you need a routing number to go into it, like to be like attached, and they will give you the $30 into your account. I myself, I'm just now not my New Year's resolution, but I've been doing some really minute investments, and I've gained like something like $120 from stash. That's how
Okay,
much.
so you're telling me that stash is legitimate. You're telling me if I
I'm
put
telling
my
you.
personal information out there, I'm not gonna get ripped off because I need to let folks know that DJ Straight and WGMLB, we have a disclaimer that we are not saying, oh, you got to do this, but this is coming from one
No,
of our shows, so I
I'm
just
just
want to make sure it's legit.
right. I did the research on it. My son turned me on to it sometime in July, and I'm just now getting around from like August all the way up to December. Like I said, I'm uh, invested now. I can only invest $5, $10, or when I get stash, because I'm like the kind of person who, in fact, takes my change, put them into a drawer, and I do on an average of like one is $10 a week. Like with all my change, so I know I can afford it, but it adds
Right.
up. But I would never thought that I could go to Tesla, Amazon, and invest in their stock, and that's what Stash does.
So, but did your son show you how much he made or a statement or something to say it's legit? Because
No,
again,
if you go to Stash's website, they have a whole lot of like investments that you can actually do and like save money. Because like, did you know that the banks like collected $95 million worth of overdraft
oh, I
fees?
definitely believe all of that. Hey, Rick, I'm gonna add Vanessa in, and then you keep on talking. I'm gonna add
Oh,
Vanessa
absolutely.
in, and then you
Yeah,
keep on
Vanessa.
talking.
Okay, we were just talking about investments. Like Stash can help you save and protect you from hitting bank fees. A lot of people don't even read the bank fees on like their statement, and like that's what you got to do too. And that's extra money you can save to
Yeah.
invest. So that's what we do. And like I, I know a lot of us as grandparents, we want to leave some type of some type of legacy, and that's what this is what you can do. You can save if you know how to save and know what to look for, because like the money's out there, and they're trying to get this stash startup investment on board, and but it expires in what is it 6:30 now? It expires in 5.5 hours, so you have until midnight in order to sign up if you're interested. I just want to pass that along because it worked for me, and it can work for you in like any type of startup investments you might have.
Yeah.
I'm like quite
So,
sure you got $5 or $10 laying around that you can actually invest in that, and not only that, you are invested in yourself too.
And it doesn't. You don't have to with this particular platform. You could buy Microsoft stock, but you're not spending like $300 or $400 for a share. You're spending a smaller amount, but you still have a percentage of the stock coming. The revenue.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as large as the
okay.
person that owns a full share, but at least you're in the game, and at least you got a little bit.
Well, I think that's great information because in a segue, I was gonna do this later tomorrow at 5 o'clock, guys. I've got Mr. Glenn L. Jackson, a financial advisor, coming on from the
Oh wow.
Investment
Okay.
Center. And I know people personally that have utilized him, and the numbers that they told me that they literally had and saw, is phenomenal. And it doesn't happen overnight. Everything takes time, but it's never too late to start from
That's right.
somewhere. So I think it's great, especially nowadays people got businesses. I mean, sometimes when I watch the news early in the morning when I first start working, they always have a segment on about people's businesses and how they thought. It's a lady. She was on Kelly Clarkson yesterday. Her
Mhm.
thing was single mothers with children. She had 4 children, and then she was just saying, it was really great. And now she's getting monies in to help other females and help them get furniture and help them get, I forgot her name because I'm going to try to get her on this show here out of
All
Philly.
right.
I mean, it's all kind of businesses that you can do with grants. Go ahead, somebody else, because really I'm not supposed to be talking on this show that much.
Well, I think, and then we'll let you go, DJ Straight, because I know you got a lot of work to do behind the scenes.
Oh, no, no,
But
Vanessa's here. Vanessa
I
was
think,
late.
No,
So,
yeah, you
Okay.
go ahead.
no. Yeah, I understand. What I think that we have to get away from the mindset that you had to have 30 years ago to be an entrepreneur or business
yeah,
owner. You have
yeah,
to. Like you said, there's a 12-year-old, your niece is making jewelry. You got 10-year-olds. The little girl was on news tonight. She started baking cupcakes
Okay.
for the health workers. And now she's got a business and ended up on some,
right.
like Rachel Ray show or something. If a 10-year-old can do it, please don't tell me as an adult you can't figure out. I mean, I tell my students, I don't care if you're cleaning someone else's house, do it for yourself, because there are people in your community who don't like to clean. So don't sell yourself short. I remember one of my students, she was cleaning for this rich company, a rich family in Ventnor, New Jersey. And the guy's like a multi-millionaire. He might even be a billionaire. And he was paying her $125 a day to come in and clean this mansion that had like 5 bathrooms. I told her, I said, you go there tomorrow. She's only doing it on weekends. I said, you go there on Saturday and you tell that joker that you will be charging $125 an hour opposed to $125 a day or $125 per bathroom. But
Right.
in
You
her
can
mind,
negotiate. Yeah.
I'm making $100 a day. Wow. Well, you know what? Think about what $100 a day is. How many hours are you doing it? It may only be $10. It may be
Right.
13. But we're in that mindset that, oh, if we make 100 or we make 200, we're making money. No, you gotta look at what your gross profit is, what your expenses are, and then what your net profit is. And that net profit has to be at least 200 to 300% more than what it costs you to do it.
Yeah. Now you
So
know
I
what?
understand that people don't know that ratio. They don't know how to figure that out.
Right.
But if you just get started, you'll be able to know, because you'll be looking at what you got left over. If you clean a house today and you don't know anything, and you spent $20 in cleaning supplies, he gives you 125. You only made 100, but you cleaned like 10 rooms.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
getting over.
Like you
But
and I
but just
had
like
started.
Rick said, the coin thing, I was little and I was so happy. I saved up $27 worth of quarters. I kept it in my
Mhm.
closet. And to me, that was a lot of money. I didn't lack for anything, but I think I might have been in elementary school or like early junior high school. And that was, to me, that was enough
That
to
was
buy a
free money,
Charlie's
right?
Angels magazine, some bubblegum cards, some other stuff, but
Mhm.
it was just quarters. I kept taking the quarters and I just put them away. But when Trina was talking, I was also thinking about those people. Yeah, I'm not telling people to do this. That's on the street, that's panhandling. You know, that money that they get is tax free. And there was a lady that was, when I was coming up at I was just catching the Benny Road subway, and she say, "You got 37 cent? You got 37 cent?" Well, we on our way to work. Who's gonna take the time to give her 37 cents? It was easier to give 50 cents or to give her a dollar. Look how much more
Yeah.
money she made out that 37 cent. Of course, I ain't never give it to her, but I'm just saying, you got all kind of ideas and ways to make money, and we want to do it honestly. The panhandlers, I saw this one guy at 7-Eleven. He was out there begging, and he didn't see me sitting in the car. He opened his jacket. He had this big old thing of Cheetos. As soon as somebody came, he closed his jacket. You brought the money. I was like, I saw you put that thing in your pocket. I saw you take that stuff.
This
goes back to what Trina was saying. It's all about
can you all hear me clearly?
Yourself mentally.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Is it doubled?
No.
Okay. No. This conversation is really interesting. It reminds me of Martha Stewart's story because when she was, I think she started maybe at 10 or 11 years old. The other little girls were babysitting. But what she started doing was planning birthday parties. Mm-hmm. So she would plan the children's birthday parties from start to finish, decorations, prizes, whatever. And she was making a lot of money while the other little girls were babysitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I mean, look where that got her now, just that start.
And I tell people all the time, don't settle for being a babysitter. Settle for owning a babysitting service.
Exactly. You
got to go for the top. You want to do, this is what I think also is wrong with the world that we live in today. The people at the top, 99% of them have never been at the bottom and worked their way up, because then they would appreciate what it takes to get there. The ones that are at top making all the decisions, they may not have been born with a silver spoon in their mouth, but they definitely, were privy to money and opportunity. And opportunity is well worth more than money. People get that confused. Opportunity, you could be a poor homeless person, but given an opportunity to get a job and a place to live, it will open doors for you that you never dreamed of. So I always say that, people always say, well, I want to be equal to other races. And no, I don't want to be you. I don't want to be like you. I just want the opportunity to be able to do what I want to do based on who I am and my values and who I want to become. So it's all about opportunity. And that's what I'm saying now, DJ Straight, is that there's so much opportunity out there because of technology, because of the internet.
There's so many opportunities out
here.
They can't
control you anymore.
We had a little guy in the neighborhood. He had a lawn mowing business when he was a senior in high school. Well, he did it for 2 summers, his junior year and his senior year. And when he was getting ready to go to college, I said, what are you going to do with your business? He says, I'm going to let it go. I said, don't do that. You have a reputation. The people liked him. They paid him very well. He had a good work ethic. So I said, why don't you get some of these other little boys, hire them to carry on to work your business for you while you're away, and you just pay them. And he says, no, I'm going to let it go. So after he did a year in college, he came back, but all of his clientele was gone because other people came up when they could have been working for him. And so he got a job with another lawn company working much longer hours, and then he was hourly and making less money than he was making when he had his own business.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I told him several times, don't let go of your business, because he was being paid well. The people liked him. And it was just in our neighborhood.
Wow. I went to school with a guy. He had 2 paper routes. And by, I think, his 11th grade year, 12th grade year, he bought him a car. I think he had a Vega or something. Everybody's like, ooh, Alan got a car. Alan worked 2 paper routes, had to catch the bus to school and all of that kind of stuff. But he was determined, instead of catching the bus, that he was going to get him a car. And it wasn't no junk car. It was I believe it was a brand new car. So even now, it's just never too late.
That's Rick's story.
Yeah.
That sounds so
That's
familiar.
Rick's story.
Go ahead, Rick.
But I want to.
That's why I dated him, because he was one of the few guys. I met him in our senior year, and he was one of the few guys that had a car. He had a 19-something Thunderbird, and it was beautiful.
Oh, that long Thunderbird.
Yep. Yep, that was the reason I dated him because he kept on trying to talk to me, and I was like, "Oh, you got a car? Okay,
Rita, you got him
you dress
blushing.
nice, huh?"
You got Rick blushing.
Nah, but
And now he bought you an RV. Now he's got an
Yep,
RV.
yep,
yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah, that's what I'll do. But I
That's
want to get
funny.
back on track. A lot of people are afraid to devote time, effort, and energy to do what we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
We're making it look easy. We're making it look easy by talking about it. But a lot of people don't know about sacrifice. Because, like, when I was out there, I had to sacrifice a lot of stuff. You know, and maybe even lost some forfeitures, things like that. These are like technology words in the stock world that you have to define. And again, like I said, I'm getting back into it, so I'm gonna be talking about a lot of stuff like that. And I want everybody to go to that stash and get your $30. I already went yesterday, and I got my $10, but now they done bumped it up to $30, but I can't reapply.
yeah. Cash App did that too. Matter of fact, I got a funny little story. My grandson wanted to go buy his Christmas gifts, and he was supposed to get his money from his paycheck from his mom. His mom pays him every week, and she didn't take the checks to the bank or whatever the story was, and so he borrowed the money from Rick, and it was time to pay back. So we were real strict where that you got to pay your money back. You made a loan, you got to pay it back.
And he's only 12.
So his mom eventually went to the bank and deposited his money under his Cash App account. And he went on his phone to pay Rick his money back. And he said, "Papa, do you have Cash App on your phone?" He's like, "No." He was like, "Okay, well, give me your phone. I'm going to set it up." Turns out this dude saw on his Cash App that if he referred somebody, he would get $30 in his account. Well, he owed Rick $48. So that $48 turned out to be just $18 he had to pay him back because he got the $30 for signing up Rick for Cash App.
Wow.
12 years old.
Yeah.
So
I think I did see something about that, but I didn't do anything with it. But yeah, I mean, all it takes is an idea,
Effort.
some research to start. For people who don't know how to use a computer, the libraries aren't open. I guarantee you watch enough TV. Go on QVC, go on HSN. Somebody got some ideas that you might have, and you like, I was thinking of that.
You
Whoever
don't have to
thought,
go to TV anymore. DJ Straight there. Your cell phones are your computer now.
you could go to YouTube.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Everybody's got a cell. There is nobody on the planet Earth that doesn't have a cell phone. There's nobody. So you need to use your cell phone for more than just taking pictures to post on Facebook of what you ate at a restaurant that you overpaid for a meal, or just putting up stupid stuff that doesn't really net you. I mean, if you're getting paid for all your posts, that's another story. But if you're not, and you search the Facebook site and the LinkedIn and all, I mean, not LinkedIn, but Instagram and all that, just to be looking at and being nosy, they're independent contractors that get paid to do that. For every click you do, you can make some money. So just take a little simple thing like that and turn it into a profit margin for yourself. You're doing it anyway, you might as well get paid.
That's right.
Yeah. And the thing is that the people start somewhere. I was telling somebody the other day about the radio station. I mean, I've known them for years. First thing they said was, how many listeners do you have? So I told them how many listeners I had. I said, well, go on my YouTube page, my DJ Straight page. Well, how many subscribers you had? And I said, well, I've got this many right now, but I'm going to work some more and I'm going to get some more. But my thing was, first thing they asked me was about numbers. Okay, this hasn't even been a year yet. And I appreciate everybody that supports it. They subscribe. You guys come on and stuff like that. But who knows? I'm always going to be praised from the closet. But I might have to get a building one day.
That's right.
But this is where I'm supposed to start, in the closet.
Exactly.
I may need a secretary or admin person or somebody to start booking guests because I may not have the time to book the guests and do all stuff. So I'm not limiting myself for any of these and some other ideas and stuff that's already into play that I worked on last year. I just haven't presented them yet. But Vanessa is a seamstress. She fix her. She watched YouTube and fixed her garage door. I think you fixed the front of your cement or something. So
Wow.
all that kind of stuff. She has a lot of hidden skills, which she used to make outfits for some dance or theater places. Didn't you do some of that kind of stuff with your sewing?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know.
you can't say that you don't have enough money to learn how to do it because you go to YouTube and find anything
Oh
for
yeah,
free.
I taught sewing to homeschoolers, and years later, this little girl came to me, one of my students, and wanted me to make some worship garments for her. And so from making worship garments for her, I started making them for her friends. And that turned into um, making worship garments to making wedding dresses and other and just designing patterns. I'll look at a picture and design the pattern and make the garment. And so it just word of mouth with that.
Took off, yeah.
Just word of
And
mouth
Yeah.
with that.
like let's face it, we all have hidden talents. One way or another, we just need to more or less expand upon.
Hmm.
I tell this to my students, and it makes them laugh all the time. But look at the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Right, because they being silly. Now I did watch them at one time because I enjoyed them, but after a while I stopped watching because
Oh
all that fighting
no!
and
Please,
stuff.
they say, please don't tell me. Oh, I don't want to change my opinion because I love you to death. Please don't tell me that.
No, no. Hey, look, I liked the Braxtons at one time, but they fought
I
too
no,
much.
they. I
I
love
like.
them.
I used to like Tina and Erica Campbell, and I like their music, but even they argue too much. But all I'm saying is, listen. By the time, look at, okay, this is the show, y'all. Remember years ago, this show Cribs came out where they showed the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hollywood
the crib,
stars
right.
homes, Terrell Owens and all those kind of stuff, right? That the day that it snowed,
Oh.
I was just playing around on the TV. Do you know they have a show? This I'm screaming again. This lady in Atlanta, she said she it's called house sitting. She goes into these stars' homes and she just and it sounds like it's already pre-done, and she knows exactly which room to go in and all this kind of stuff. And at the end of it, she leaves her picture. She's getting paid to do that. A 24-minute show, and she's just pretending like she's staying there, and that's it. And she took it from Cribs, and then I think it's House and Gardens or somebody else. They got another show like that. So it's just all kind of ideas. Because this audience, I keep saying congregation, this gonna be multicultural one day. So all ethnic groups, y'all are welcome to come on. Let's talk.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we should get on topic, huh, Vanessa?
Uh, what you say?
I said, I
Oh,
guess we
this is a
should
good
get on
topic that
topic,
you
huh?
had.
Yeah, this is
No,
cool.
this is a
Y'all
great
talk about
topic
the
already
bike.
going.
Oh,
Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, well, you
yeah.
know what? We our show when we get done, we're going to be talking about AARP, and Rick brought that up. We were going to talk about New Year's resolutions, and I was going to really say that the realisticness of New Year's resolutions is just they're not real. They last for, like DJ Straight said, they last for a couple of minutes and or a couple of days, and then we're right back. Even the next day we're like trying to do our old habits, and I just wanted to encourage people to really think about starting their own business, and don't really use the word business, just your own brand. And we definitely, DJ Straight, got to get together. I got this opportunity to work with a lady again that I worked with a few years ago, 2017. Speaking of telling people, Vanessa, what to do and them not listening to you. She was in 2017. She had built a really great business where she had a website, and she would send out email blasts of legitimate work from home, sites where you could really get a work from home job. And of course, it was
Okay.
before pandemic, so it was kind of frowned upon. And I told her then, when she brought me on board to help her write her ebook, I said, look, what you need to do is put together an agency where you place these people in jobs, not just send them the link so that they can apply, but train them,
Yep.
certify them, and then make recommendations because you know what they know how to do to these companies that you have this relationship with, and then they can pay you on your end for the referral, and then you could have the clients pay you to be trained. No, I just want to send them the link. I don't want to get involved in that. Well, fast forward to probably about a month ago, she called me up. Imagine where we both would have been if she'd have listened to me, because she's got like 20, 30,000 people on her platform. So she's calling me now. She's saying that these are the things that she wants to do now. And I guess
Oh,
it must
wow.
have clicked in her head what I had told her, what, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever.
But I guess then she was on the
She may
cutting
not have
edge.
been, yeah, she may
She
not
was
have
on
been
the
ready.
cutting edge of things.
But
Yeah.
see, the pandemic came, and now, it's in demand. And
Right.
her competition is now doing just that, training
Just
people
that,
and getting
right?
them ready. But anyway, I was looking at a platform, DJ Straight, to like put it up there so that I could send her out a link that would allow her to post on her platform without giving all of my information, all of my, everything I do.
Right.
I looked at Builderall, I looked at Scripts,
Depot.
Sam Card.
Oh.
It was like 10 things. I was getting a headache from it because I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 days. And finally, I did the same thing I did when I was looking for a learning management system. I said, let me just look at what I know how to do and create my own. So I went
Okay.
into Google Workspace. I created these awesome forms with Google Forms to do just about everything, including payments. So we have definitely got to get together, DJ Straight, so I can show
Okay.
you how to create an order form using Google Works. And then, I'm never making a
Okay.
Word document again to send to
Oh,
someone via email about what I'm doing. I'm going to send you the link for Google Forms. You fill out your information, and I
Is that
can
going to be a
contain all of my
class?
text inside of it. It's so powerful.
she said, "Is that
Google,
going to be a class?" Vanessa's getting a slight delay. She said, "Is that going to be a class?"
oh yeah, I got a Google Workspace class. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll do like a presentation on this platform just so everybody can use the basic fundamentals of it with no charge. But it's just, the platform's free. So it's just a great opportunity. And I sent it over
Oh
to
yeah.
her. I mean, you could add video. There's a way of getting around adding attachments. I told
But
you
like the
about
key factor,
screencasts.
but like the
Yeah.
key factor is that payment piece. A lot of people
Yeah.
can't integrate that payment piece. Like if you have a product that's out there that you want to sell, you can sell it on the same platform. But
And
when
you
you
don't
go
have
on
to
like
pay a,
Sam's
a,
Club,
a service fee to be like Samcart is a great tool, and it's hot. They're everywhere right now, but they cost like $40 a month just so you could put their payment page on. But you could do the same thing with Google Forms.
and Trina can
Hey
show you
Trina,
that.
can you put in the chat your cash app, Trina? So because listen, folks, they don't charge for all this stuff that they're saying, and I'm not asking for money for them today, but just in case. No, seriously, because you all always give all this information. I mean, seriously, I'm on StreamYard because of Trina. I'm on StreamYard. We should say, Lynette, try this out. Try this out. This was before I was. Let me. I can't turn around and here's kind of tight. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, this was before I was DJ Straight. So put your cash up in my chat so I can broadcast it. But
Well, I gotta tell you this too, DJ Straight. I did a I'm getting it while I'm talking to you.
I
I
knocked my
did
shoe off and everything.
I was looking at, and you won't believe this, but I was looking at I was trying to get some video for the top resources for remote work people. And I ran across, I put the link up. I'll send you the link. I don't have it readily with me right now, but I'll send you the
Okay.
link. And it was for the top 10 side hustle apps or platforms you should know how to use. Guess what was the number one on the list?
StreamYard.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
StreamYard.
I believe it because StreamYard gave Zoom some competition. Now I like Zoom. I still got a subscription.
Yeah, me too.
But I couldn't do what I'm doing now on Zoom because you had to have the number and all that kind of stuff. And I'm definitely not knocking Zoom because I still use it. But I like this because this platform is going to reach hundreds, thousands, millions, and I'm not speaking in la la land, but because I always say if you got something positive to say, I want you to come on WGMLB. Email me, Gospel Music Lovers Buffet, because what you have, you could share with other people. Coming up soon, well, coming up sometime in February, I got some people coming on because they talking about co-parenting. Then you know when people are not together, they want to halfway kill each other if they separated or divorced. But I got people coming on because they want to talk about this is how we co-parent. It may not work for you, but it'll give you some ideas.
Right.
You know, that thing I was saying, I saw that lady the other day on the Kelly Clarkson show talking about this is what we do for single mothers. It's all kind of stuff coming on. The guy coming on tomorrow. You know, he's talking about financial planning because again, this guy used to he told me, he said when his children were little, like I think they were 5 and 6, he said when we sat down to pay bills, we always made them sit with us so that they could see how we pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know what they're doing now, but yes, hold on. I got a question. Let me post this. Let me post this question. Let me post the question. The question says, does one need to have the radio set up to have StreamYard? The answer is absolutely not. For StreamYards, all you need is to have a computer. It can be a desktop or it can be a laptop. I use StreamYard as part of WGMLB, the video portion, because again, I have the radio portion that's playing 365 24/7. Yolanda Adams is your all on the altar right now. Before then, I had some other stuff playing. So I'm using StreamYard as an advantage. So not only are we audio, but we're also video. So we're coming in two portions. So, and actually StreamYard now, what I saw, if you have a membership and you have somebody else that kind of wants to do it, they're giving you like a free type membership. Here we go. Hold on. I'm going to copy some information. So to answer that question,
on iOS, they don't have an app for it, DJ Straight.
For what?
StreamYard.
No,
you gotta have it in the you gotta have it in the
yeah, you
gotta have a computer. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you do interviews and things like that, they say you want to have a desktop, a laptop for the stability.
Mm-hmm.
You can use a phone, but sometimes in using the phone, your stuff will go in and out. And so when I do the letters, I always ask people, I give them a list to say, ooh, you can have different things, but it's better to have a tablet, a laptop, or a tablet, a laptop, or desktop, an iPad.
Yeah, you can do it on the iPad, not the iPhone.
Yeah, not the iPhone. You can do the iPad because that's a phone.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I always tell people when I send them out the letter, to the confirmation letter, this is what's going to happen, and this is to have a successful broadcast. Now, we can't do anything about the atmospheric things like the snow, the rain, connections like that. But, all right, folks, if I had my drum set, I would do a drum roll. But I don't have my drum set in here with me. So, I'm going to put this up.
DJ Straight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was one of the first female drummers in the Washington, D.C. area.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. That's a whole different show.
All right.
That's a Vanessa. Tell
Well,
us.
I took
Tell
drums.
us.
I took drums in high school, Lynn. I think I started playing before you did. I just didn't take as far as you did.
Oh, okay, watch it
Oh,
now.
okay.
Watch it now. Cause see, listen, I do the drums. BJ does the drum. Danielle does the drum, and even Bryson, the band's little boy, he plays drums. Grayson and Bennett. So and Joel Sturdivant, and I got some other people. I'm just playing, but really,
Grayson
kids,
does
seriously.
drums too.
Grayson does drums, but I'm going to say a drum roll, da da da, because I put the T-Bird Center Cash App. For all of
All
y'all
right.
that want to be a blessing to the T-Bird Center folk, they come on week after week after week, and they don't charge. Now they do have a school. Now you can't go to the T-Bird school, and take all of these classes and say DJ Straight sent me over here, because DJ Straight gonna say, I'm gonna send you over there, but you better have a money order or cash, a check that don't bounce, no promissory notes. But seriously, because again, we are about helping people, you know,
That's right.
get exposure. We're about helping people do just do good things. So listen, this is a great conversation. We gonna have to cut on out. Birds, I need to talk to y'all real quick after we get out. But next week, let's start back with the electric bike. Cause I almost bought one, and I'm like, nah.
Oh, wait a
Come
minute.
on,
Here
let's
we
go.
go.
You can do it.
I got this. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you
just
did? You
got
did
it?
get it? Where'd you get it?
Thank you so much.
You welcome.
She was out of town, so she didn't
I
get
was
her
out of
mail.
town.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All
I
right.
got you.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna confess, I got mine, but I didn't open mine. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause it's
Why?
just me. I got a function in March with my family, and I'm going to take it with me so that we can all do it together because I don't want to be selfish. Vanessa has more people in her house than I have in mine. So I'm going to take mine with me because I want my family to experience from that Buster restaurant or what I can't remember the whole name that it's called,
Well,
but I want people. Go ahead.
I'm going to use mine before next Wednesday, so
Thank
I'll
you.
let you
I
know.
want both of y'all to use it. That's why we said it for you. It's like Christmas.
I'm
No,
You
going
I
to use
like DJ
mine.
that you
Straight.
can use.
I like DJ
Uh,
Straight because that way we can get more opinions.
Okay.
oh
Well, I
yeah,
hope
yeah,
you
yeah,
enjoy it.
yeah. Yeah,
Well, we'll
she
get
does
both.
more. She
Vanessa
does
will
more
try
cooking.
it and she'll tell us next week. And then DJ Straight will use it when she
Sound like a
does.
winner.
And then we'll get it both ways.
Right,
Okay.
right. So any closing parting words? I took over, y'all. This was a great, as always. This is a great conversation. And 2 years
Yes.
down the line, people gonna go on YouTube, the DJ Straight channel, and they're gonna be watching Tripping with the Birds.
Okay.
I hear you. I hear
I'm
you.
serious. I go and look on YouTube now, at the different shows, they get previews, and we're still building up numbers. So y'all go ahead and subscribe and everything, because we got some good stuff coming out. Tomorrow we got the financial planner. On Friday we got a guy who's gonna share some good stories with us about his past life and what he does now. I'm just waiting for his
Okay.
picture so I can put the flyer up.
All right.
Sounds good. Sounds
So
good. We
any
support you.
parting
We
words?
definitely.
Because I got to talk to the
All right.
birds right after this. Vanessa, I know you were delayed a little bit. You have any parting words?
Well, actually, I'm kind of glad I was delayed because I came in on a great conversation. And so if I had been on time, that conversation probably wouldn't have happened. So I'm glad I came in on this great conversation.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Good
because we're
queen.
not
Good
about to
queen.
All
blow.
right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We don't
It's a
have
great
structure.
show. Great show. I'm glad you stayed on DJ Straight. So we had a
Yeah.
we had, and that's about the spontaneity of the show. It makes it really good because you just get good information regardless.
Yeah, and I like it. I like it that way. I'm taking a picture. I don't have that one from a scrapbook. Okay, well, cool. We're gonna and thank you for everybody that has joined in on today. You can always go to YouTube channel DJ Straight. You can listen live to us on WGMLB where you have music, and we're gonna have a whole lot of other things uploaded on our radio station because we're gonna brand that. as well. So until next week, thank you, Facebook, for tuning in. Share it. Thank you, YouTube Live, for tuning in. Thank you, Byrds. Thank you, Vanessa, for
Thank
supporting
you.
us. And
Thank
hey,
you.
come on over to WGMLB. For those that are listening, you got something to say that's positive or fun, you are in the right house. Not the White House. It is white in here. But you're in the right house.
See you next
All
week.
right. Okay, cool.
Tripping with the birds. You never know what kind of trip you're going to take, but it's always a good one.
That's good. I need to bring a horn in for that one. Beep, beep, beep. All right. Signing out, guys.